Hi guys, this is your boy Martin from MartinTheVlogger.com/shop, so the largest European shop for Can-Am SPYDER and RYKER aftermarket parts. And today, a very quick installation video on a rear shock for the Can-Am RYKER rally in our case, because of course, notorious problem. This is what has happened on my bike that we have, one of the bikes that we have for our tour and rental agency, so toursont3.com. Doesn't matter if it's Wilbers that I'm working with in Europe, or it's a ELKA shock that you like, guys, in the US. This is Wilbers, German brand, and it's the same thing as ELKA stage 4 or 5. Wilbers has just one stage, ultimate. So we will throw it in. No bullshit around, straight to the point, and 2, no video ads. How cool is that? And now, enough of this. Let's get started. So first thing before we'll really start, it's preparation and a couple of tips. I will be throwing at you the tools as the work will go. I have a big toolbox, but I will tell you everything that you will need. You can see ramps. No, they are not needed for the job, but rule number 1 of today, in case you are doing this job, it's going to be a super frustrating job. Trust me, there are several nuts or bolts that we will need to do today, and they will be not easy to do. So a lot of patience today, and the ramps are there because I would like to make my life easier, and I will be recording separate video about good things, bad things, and where you can get them. Now, first thing that we will need to do is to remove the exhaust. Size 15 nut is or nut you will need for that bolt. Do whatever it makes the life easier for you. Either use a wrench or you know, whatever you need, things like this. I will raise the bike a little at the back so I can get easier to that bolt. Again, making my life as easy as possible today. When you are raising the bike, always at the back, have a look at this piece of the RYKER, and underneath of it, when it touches the frame, that's the area where you are using the lift against. All right, so right over there. And wooden briquettes here, because I don't want my exhaust to fall down on the floor. Actually, I might need one more. So that's the first thing. And of course, before you can release the exhaust, you will need to undo, where they at? You will need to undo these 2 springs. They are here. And for that, I recommend you to have these spring pullers. This one is from RLS, this one is from Lamon. I'm an exhaust freak, but go anti-clockwise. Always undo the screws anti-clockwise, and it will go hard because BRP likes to use a lot of glue, but go slowly, go anti-clockwise. The wrench can fit in just so, and go slowly. Don't destroy, don't go opposite direction, and don't destroy that bolt, because if you do, trust me, you don't know what miserable day really means. I did it. It was not nice. Maybe some small tip here as well. Doesn't really matter what type of installation I'm doing. What I'm trying to always do, try to keep things that belongs together, okay? And also I try to put them in the way how they should go back on the bike. It's helping me a lot. Maybe right now to have bushing in there and screw and have it, you know, hold the bike like this. Maybe it's so obvious at the moment, but maybe not today, but maybe in more complicated installations, this can help you. Also, I keep the springs in there with the tool, so I know what's happening and should be not missing. I left there this rubber part, just again to know like how it should be on the bike, so I'm not touching it. And now we will need to go to this part, and actually we'll need to undo this bolt. Oh Lord, that's not gonna be good. For that job, to remove those two bolts right over here, we will need big ass wrench, like the biggest you can find in your garage, extender, so I can comfortably work out from the Ryker on the side, and size 16 nut. So that was 15, this one is 16. Now, trust me, it's super tight, like okay. You will hear some strange noises. Don't be afraid, because most probably it's just the glue that is in there. And just for your idea, this is the type of bolt, and it's the first and the bigger one. All right, for the second screw, so first one is gone. For the second one, what we will need size 19. We go here, okay, and we need again size 16, and this part will go off basically. Let me see if you can see it better, but just be careful because in both of them there are needle bearings. Now, removing the second screw was more difficult for me because I'm just alone. In case you will have help, it's not that tight, but for one person you saw the trick, like how I need to hook the wrench against the bike in order to be able to use more force. Now what we will do, we will release this bolt and try to remove this container. And also we will need to get rid of this bolt later that holds the top of the shock. This thing actually right over here, that can be the difference between RYKER Rally versions and other versions. So of course this is RYKER Rally version, so I already have the holder for the reservoir tank, you know, so the adjuster. If you do not have it, you will have to actually mount it later on, and you will have nothing to redo on 900 basic or 600 RYKERs. So all we have to do is remove this bolt, and as you can see, it's size 16. No, as you can see, this is size 16, and the end cap on the other side, it's welded to the frame. So all you have to do is unscrew it from this side. You don't have to put anything in there. So that's a smart engineering, I would say. And now gently take the shock right from here out. In case you will be using ramps, actually, just make sure that your bike is really high in the air on the rear side. I mean, high in the air, don't go crazy, but otherwise you will not squeeze out the shock that one is not enough for me, and the lift is a max, so tiny bit of trick. There we go. Tiny bit of update. Told you. Be ready for a lot of patience, and maybe this can happen to you as well. So on the rally, this is actually called Dakar. We have the shed bags on the side, max mount of course, and max mount, actually the reservoir, that's the problem. The reservoir, this is the hose, and goes under, goes in here. And the thing is, if you have a max mount, the max mount has something like, I don't know where it is, but something like a bridge that connects one side of the max mount to another via these two bolts in here. That's in there. And if I don't want to really just cut it, which I have no problem doing it, but you know, I don't want to be an asshole. So I need to remove that bridge so I can squeeze through the reservoir. And of course, before that, to get to these two bolts, I need to remove that holder for a shed bag. Yeah. I'm trying to do whatever, trying to stretch it, trying to, you know, the bottom part, trying to put it into that hole, trying to rotate it. I just can't get that bloody shock out. So in order to not to fight it more, I will remove this holder that holds the shock from the bottom. Basically it's hold on this screw, so I'll remove this part, and finally hopefully I will be able to remove that bloody shock out. Okay, so undoing this one was size 16 from this side, and then we have used, you know, tool like this, size 19, to get the back cap. For, I don't know, if I should tell you like what is the grip to taking it out, the shock, I have no idea. I was just kind of rotating it and trying to push it a little bit further, not to scratch anything, and rotating it again. So you will need to fight that bloody thing and make sure that the bike gets, the rear wheel is tiny bit, let's say, in the air, so you're not wasting any of the space, that it's compressed or whatever. Now I will use this thing to cover those, you know, those bushings inside that can fall off and should be a trouble, so I don't want to get into that. Remove the last bolt, it's this one, and let's start, you know, put the new shock, let's start to rebuild everything back on. Oof. I think this is pretty much it. We have, the last trick was to put this, to put actually this bolt in, this one. The trick was to lower the bike. Okay, so once you have, before you needed to have it lifted, and all bolts can go in very easy. This one for that extra holder of the shock. This one on the top for your top screw of your shock. That's all fine. Even the toughest one, okay, that is only from one side. This one right over there. Those of them, all of them, you can simply put right away when you insert the shock. The last one that I showed you, that needs to be, your bike needs to go low so it all fits together. Don't use any hammer, don't use any brutal force, just lower the bike and it will find its way. Before I'll tell you last couple of things about the shocks, you see that I'm not having any bloody YouTube ads that are, you know, wasting your time and getting on your nerves more than I am. In case you like what I do, MartinTheVlogger.com, I have memorabilia for 2022 videos. So no YouTube ads, but you can support my channel so I can go like this. Also what my recommendation is, in case you like to see only few parts of the video, go to the MartinTheVlogger.com. I'm releasing videos every week. 1 or 2 videos are there, and there are time frames, timestamps, so you can see only like part like how to insert the shock or how to remove the shock, or you know, how to, I don't know, like whatever. So there are time frames, all right? So MartinTheVlogger.com is my blog. Now the last thing is basically, of course, in ELKA shocks you have the specs, how you should put the like what type of torque you should be using with the bolts. Most of you will not do it, so just remember like how tight the screws were and go by that. Same goes for the Wilbers. In case you would like to buy Wilbers, MartinTheVlogger.com/shop. And yeah, I just need to put everything back on, exhaust back on, and we're ready to go. It took me something like 3 hours, including recording the video, and it was quite a painful job to do, to be honest. Guys, thank you very much for watching. No matter what you do, no matter how painful it is, always have fun. And for those that are still watching, this bolt can be quite tricky to put back in because of the end cap in where you need to insert it into a tiny place. So duct tape one part of your wrench or whatever it is, put the nut in, put it in, and just tie the screw from this side and you should be good. So tiny tip here.